Hareem Faruqi from grade 8A is a bright and ambitious young learner. Guided by her father, Mr. Rashid, and her mother, Ms. Kosur, she constantly seeks to improve herself through self-learning and by studying inspiring speakers like Viktor Frankl. Hareem believes in the wisdom of Lao Tzu. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mighty still. Always eager to explore new ideas, she has a high interest in politics, model United Nations, and world diplomacy. Her favorite books, The Laws of Human Nature and The Leader in You, fuel her curiosity and understanding of leadership and psychology. Hareem aspires to earn 3 international degrees in business and commerce, with a strong focus on global affairs and leadership. Known for her intellect, she constantly pushes herself to think beyond borders and embrace growth. Let's give a big round of applause this visionary, curious, and inspiring young star.
You know, people often ask me, why does the room fall silent when you speak? Why does everyone listen even when no one mandated them to? And I pause and think, is it something visible? Is it something deeper? Or wait, is it psychology? Why do some voices echo while others simply decide the silence? Yours are daintily Hareem. Now be with me. Picture this. Imagine this. You walk into a room where energy is buzzing, minds occupied, conversations flowing, and yet, within a fleeting moment, attention shifts. Not because of loud theatrics, not because of force, but because intent, self-awareness, and presence quietly take over. People often believe influence is something negative. It's about control, it's about force. No, I don't agree. The real influence, the kind that galvanizes thought, inspires discrimination, and precipitate change already exists within you. They want you to do this, they want you to think that, they want you to follow. No, not at all. It grows from self-awareness, presence, and moral presence. Let's step back for a moment, and if you're willing, close your eyes just for 5 seconds. No stages, no lights, no microphones. Imagine the narrow streets of history. People gathered there, not for noise, but for meaning. One voice rises, not loud, not rushed, but certain. You can open your eyes now, and then minds shift. Consider this. Psychology of history often explains what psychology later perfects. Let's take Nelson Mandela. For years, he had no public voice, no authority, and no stages. And yet, when he finally spoke, nations listened. Not because he demanded attention, not because he controlled you negatively, but because his restraint, moral presence, and intent carried weight. That is influence, quite grounded, unavoidable. And I have experienced this on a much smaller yet equally real scale. During a school discussion, I wasn't appointed the leader. I wasn't expected to speak. I wasn't expected to hold the microphone. And yet, when I finally did, eyes lifted, the room settled, conversation stopped. And that day, I realized something very important. Influence does not wait for titles. Leadership sometimes appears without announcement, in fact, unfolds naturally. And psychology remains the same, whether it's on a global stage or inside a classroom. I observe undercurrents, I read reactions. I precipitate change, and I can steer thought, precipitate change, and I can carry myself, not because I force it, but because of conscious presence and mental finesse. That is the hidden psychology of charisma. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a human brain. And you know what I'm trying to direct to you? Psychology. What's the perfect element for psychology? Actually, it's brain. And here, I think I'm the best curse and the best prop which I'm carrying myself into the stage. It's me, because I do believe I'm a charismatic person. I was not built with this. I was not born with this. I have built this. Do you want to know how? Self-awareness, words of clarity, and how I carry myself. You don't have to believe what people are saying about you. You don't have to see that whether you're born with it or not. You don't have to see if influence is about controlling possession or it's something very negative. It is not that. If you believe it, you take it positively. Now, I ask you, if influence truly begins within, how does it say about how we hold ourselves, how we speak, how we lead? It is not purposeful, it is not accidental, it is coincidental, profoundly human. And let me clear this myth right here. Influence is not something you force, it is something you cultivate. And if there is one thing I leave with you today, is that if you want to, you can. You're not born with this. Thank you, and may you recognize the influence you already possess, especially on the days you doubt yourself.